India has now developed the capacity and the capability to deliver one naval ship every 40 days. I'm not aware of any navy delivering 3 warships on the same day. Somebody needs to protect them against incoming threats. This is what Dunagiri does. That information, ladies and gentlemen, of what is happening below the waters, on the seabed, underwater, that is passed to INS Agray. This is what INS Agray does. It essentially is a submarine hunter. And this is what the Indian Navy has achieved in every shipbuilding port in India. I remember the former Navy Chief, Admiral Dinesh Tripathi, once making a comment that India has now developed the capacity and the capability to deliver one naval ship every 40 days. And I thought about that statement, and I thought with a lot of wonder. Today, I'm happy to tell you that the Indian Navy has scored a hat-trick. 3 ships commissioned on the same day. And this is what it looks like. Development, security, prosperity linked to sea. PM Modi commissions 3 naval ships in Kolkata. So, this is INS Dunagiri, INS Sanshodhak, and INS Agray. The ceremony was held at Kolkata's Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Port in the presence of senior naval officials and dignitaries, designed by the Indian Navy's Warship Design Bureau and built by Garden Reach shipbuilders and engineers. So, 3 vessels in one day. I have never in my memory seen this kind of productivity. I don't know the last time when any navy in the world, right? I'm not aware of it. I'm sure there are some, but I'm not aware of any navy delivering 3 warships on the same day. Referring to India's indigenous defense manufacturing efforts, PM Modi said, a few years ago when we dedicated INS Vikrant to the nation, India announced a new chapter in its maritime power. That was a declaration of our strength to the world. The journey from INS Vikrant to today is not just a journey of new warships. It is also a journey of India's growing self-reliance. Today, INS Agray, INS Dunagiri, and INS Sanshodhak are giving new impetus to that journey. And these warships are more than 80% indigenous. Now, what does that mean? I'll take you through the entire analysis of these 3 launches on the same day. But viewers, it's important to understand 80% indigenous content, 80% indigenous parts, 80% indigenous technology. And this is what the Indian Navy has achieved. In every shipbuilding port in India, there are senior naval officers, serving officers who are driving this excellence. Hats off to the Indian Navy. Extremely well done. Makes the nation proud. Makes the nation so proud. Why INS Dunagiri, INS Sanshodhak, and INS Agray are more powerful together than separately. So, these 3 ships are supposed to work together. And that is why the Indian Navy says that they are more powerful together than separately. When Prime Minister Modi commissioned INS Dunagiri, INS Sanshodhak, and INS Agray in Kolkata on June 21st, the event appeared to be another addition to the Indian Navy's growing fleet, but taken together, the 3 vessels reveal something larger. The Navy is building an integrated maritime warfare network rather than merely adding more ships. Each vessel performs a distinct role. One gathers information. So, one gathers information. They map information. Another hunts submarines, and the third protects the battle space. Combined, they create a layered maritime picture that gives commanders greater awareness and combat capability across the Indian Ocean. So this is what happens. INS Sanshodhak, it maps the battle space. So it tells the Indian Navy what is where. What are the threats? It maps the entire battle space. This is what INS Sanshodhak does. Then comes in INS Agray. INS Agray, the hunter. This is an anti-submarine hunter. It actively looks for submarine and hunts them down. And INS Dunagiri, the protector. The protector, actually INS Dunagiri, is in charge of protecting the entire battle space. So while Agray and Sanshodhak are doing their jobs, nobody else can come and hunt them down or try to harm them or damage them. So you have INS Dunagiri. INS Dunagiri is the protector. It is under the umbrella of INS Dunagiri that Sanshodhak and Agray function. So one by one, I'm going to tell you about these ships. Now, the ship that maps the battlefield, this is INS Sanshodhak. It's a survey vessel. It's a large survey vessel. And INS Sanshodhak, the Navy's newest survey vessel, large, is designed to map the seabed, study ocean conditions, and collect hydrographic data. While it lacks the missiles and guns associated with frontline warships, it performs a task that is increasingly important in modern naval warfare. Detailed seabed maps help navies understand underwater terrain, identify submarine operating areas, and chart safe routes for warships. They also assist in monitoring critical undersea infrastructure such as communication cables and energy assets. So this is 110 meters long, Sanshodhak, and a total displacement, which means it weighs 3,400 tons. Garden Reach Shipbuilders, Calcutta has built it. Over 80% indigenous content, equipped with sonar, AUVs, and survey systems. Now, what does this vessel do, Sanshodhak? Let me explain in simple terms. What this vessel does is essentially it maps the floor of the sea. It maps the seabed. Now, how does that help? That helps because you come to know so many things. Are there undersea cables? Are there places from where submarines go? So, most of the action is taking place either on the seabed, underwater, or on the surface. Sanshodhak is an underwater expert. While it floats on the water, it maps the entire battle terrain under the sea. That is what it does. And it passes information. Now, where does it pass the information to? That's extremely important. That information, ladies and gentlemen, of what is happening below the waters, on the seabed, underwater, that is passed to INS Agray. Right? The submarine hunter. Once an area has been mapped and understood, it must be monitored. That is where INS Agray enters the picture. The anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft is designed to detect, track, and engage enemy submarines operating close to India's coastline and strategic maritime approaches. Modern submarines are among the most difficult military platforms to locate. Their ability to remain hidden makes them a major threat to warships, ports, and sea lanes. Using specialized sonars, underwater sensors, and anti-submarine weapons, Agray serves as the Navy's underwater watchdog. It patrols areas of interest, searches for hostile submarines, and helps deny adversaries the ability to operate undetected. Explaining how the three vessels complement each other, Singh said they represent different layers of maritime capability working together. Friends, Singh here refers to Srijan Pal Singh. He is the founder of Kalam Labs. Think of these three platforms as performing three different but connected roles. One helps the Navy understand the ocean, another helps it spot threats, and the third helps it respond to them. So this is what is the job of INS Agray. INS Agray is the fourth ship of the Arnala class program. More than 80% components are made in India. It can operate for over 1,800 nautical miles without refueling. It is designed to hunt submarines. It uses water jet propulsion. The Navy plans to induct 8 ships of this class. So this is what INS Agray does. It essentially is a submarine hunter. The shield and the sword. Information and surveillance alone are not enough. Any maritime network ultimately requires a platform capable of defending it and striking threats at long range. That role falls to INS Dunagiri, a Project 17A stealth-guided missile frigate. Equipped with advanced sensors, air defense systems, and anti-ship missiles, torpedoes, and helicopter facilities, Dunagiri is designed to fight all across the domains of naval warfare. It can engage aircraft, missiles, surface combatants, and submarines while operating far from India's shores. If Sanshodhak provides the data and Agray identifies underwater threats, Dunagiri acts as the fleet's shield and sword, protecting the maritime battle space and delivering combat power when required. According to Singh, INS Dunagiri completes the operational chain by providing the combat layer. As a stealth frigate, it can engage threats on the surface, in the air, and underwater. It combines sensors and weapons, including BrahMos, surface-to-surface missiles, allowing to act on information gathered by other platforms. So this is what Dunagiri does. It's a stealth-guided missile frigate. It protects the entire battle space where the other ships are functioning. Somebody needs to protect them against incoming threats. This is what Dunagiri does. It is equipped with BrahMos missiles, Project 17A Nilgiri class warship, length 149 meters. Displacement is 6,600 tons. Built by GRSE Kolkata, it has anti-air, anti-ship, and anti-submarine warfare capacity and capability. So, ladies and gentlemen, we end this video by congratulating the Indian Navy on launching 3 ships on the same day. A phenomenal task. even by global standards. Thank you for watching Open Caller. I'll be back again with another video very soon. Till then, take care. Jai Hind.